FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried, arrested in the Bahamas, set to face a judge after U.S. prosecutors filed criminal charges.
The charges in connection with the multi-billion-dollar collapse of his crypto company. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis has more.
Sam Bankman-Fried, the former face and founder of FTX, one of cryptocurrency's biggest firms, is now under arrest and appearing before a Bahamian judge before he's expected to face justice in the U.S.
Yeah, he won't be able to avoid extradition, by the way. The Bahamas and the United States have a very firm agreement in place.
Bankman-Fried is facing charges not just from the Department of Justice, but also the Securities and Exchange Commission. FTX was known for lavishing hundreds of millions of dollars on stadium naming rights, luxury properties, and celebrity endorsements from superstars like Tom Brady.
You know what? I'm in.
But now FTX, once valued at $32 billion, is in shambles. Bankman-Fried, who had been on a sort of media tour, was taken into custody by Bahamian authorities last night. Both DOJ and the SEC accuse Bankman-Fried of using FTX customer deposits to fund risky investments at a hedge fund he co-founded called Alameda. In his first network interview with ABC's George Stephanopoulos, Bankman-Fried refuted accusations FTX was a Ponzi scheme.
A lot of people look at you and see Bernie Madoff.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's who I am at all, but I understand why they're saying that. People lost money.
The SEC went further, accusing Bankman-Fried of operating FTX as a house of cards from the very start. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
At least 23 people are injured after snowy conditions caused a bus crash in Utah. The state's Department of Public Safety says the Salt Lake Express bus slid off the road and overturned. Officials say the driver lost control due to slick surfaces while changing lanes. Most of the passengers have been treated and released, but DPS says there is one person with potentially life-threatening injuries. The National Weather Service Salt Lake City tweeted a reminder that the snow is still falling there and that drivers need to be careful if they are behind the wheel.
The U.S. Coast Guard searching for a missing sailboat that has two men on board. 64-year-old Kevin Hind and 76-year-old Joe Ditto Masso were last seen when they left on December 3rd. The 30-foot Catalina sailing boat was traveling from Cape May, New Jersey to Marathon, Florida. They thought the boat might have had a stop at Morehead City, North Carolina, but it is currently unaccounted for.
Outside with live cam, a lot of clouds this morning, some drizzle and a little bit of rain here and there, but look there, there's some blue sky. Ooh, nice.
Nice to see those peaks of sunshine around San Antonio, although before that front moves through, it's just going to make it feel warm and humid. That front is on our doorstep, working its way through the hill country right now as we speak. Not a big temperature drop from this front, but we are going to see the humidity go down. Right now, it's 75 degrees outside, mostly cloudy skies. Dew points are up there in the upper 60s. That's why it feels so humid outside. But when we look at dew points across south central Texas, you can see clearly where that front is. Notice how much drier it is behind this front. Del Rio clocking in a dew point only in the 30s. That's chapstick weather out there. Dew points in the 40s in Rock Springs. So this front is on our doorstep. It's going to be moving through. But until it does so, we are going to be on the warmer side. 76 in New Braunfels right now, 79 in Pleasanton, 76 in Hondo. Notice that temperatures are not too much cooler behind this front. We're seeing temperatures in the 60s in Fredericksburg and Rock Springs and Del Rio behind this front. So as we look at the rest of the day today, you need to know is that once that front moves through, it'll bring mainly lower humidity into our forecast. Then we'll feel the effects of that for the rest of the week through at least Friday, where we'll have sunny weather, cold mornings, and cool afternoons. Finally, something we're going to talk about in the forecast that a lot of people have been buzzing about, Christmas week. It will be chilly Christmas week, borderline even cold potentially, but we're going to be managing those expectations when it comes to anything wintry weather. I'll talk about all that coming up in a few minutes. David, Ursula.
Thank you, Sarah. More than 11,000 COVID tests being recalled due to an increased risk of false negative results. The company Detect is recalling the over-the-counter nasal swab. 3 lots of tests were shipped to customers from July 26th to August 26th. Detect says it has not received any reports of false negatives, and the recall is being done out of an abundance of caution. Detect is offering a refund for the affected tests. You can find more information on the Food and Drug Administration's website.
There's a trend that may make parents sick to their stomach. New research showing that eating disorders are showing up more and more in very young children. ABC's Elizabeth Schultze with some surprising demographics for the more than 28 million Americans affected.
The National Institutes of Health says there are a number of eating disorders. They include binge eating disorder, where people frequently feel a loss of control and overeat. Bulimia nervosa, where one binges then compensates through exercise or vomiting. Anorexia nervosa, intense fear of weight gain, and avoidant restrictive food intake disorder, where people limit the amount of food or type of food they eat. And children are not immune. New research published by the American Medical Association shows that 5% of 9 to 10-year-olds participated in binge eating. It notes that those who were further along in puberty were more likely to engage in unhealthy eating behaviors to control their weight. Researchers also found gender didn't matter. Both boys and girls were affected. If you have concerns your child may be engaging in unhealthy behaviors such as vomiting or overexercising to lose weight or even binging, talk to your doctor. With this Medical Minute, I'm Elizabeth Schulze, ABC News.
A popular K-pop star getting called for duty. He begins his military service today when the band BTS plans on getting back together as one of their members goes away to serve his country.
A new study showing the negative effects that screen time could have on your kids.
Hello everyone, these are your top headlines for Cheddar News. In mid-January, social media giant Twitter will auction off some of their surplus office items at their San Francisco headquarters. The auction will include smart TVs, mobile media centers, and digital whiteboards, as well as commercial kitchen supplies like ice machines, heavy-duty griddles, and espresso machines. Meanwhile, 11 million people from California to Wisconsin are now under winter weather advisories. This is due to a massive storm that has already dumped more than 4 feet of snow across the Sierra Nevada mountains. It is now moving east across the Great Plains with high winds and blizzard conditions. And CVS and Walgreens have agreed to pay state and local governments a combined total of more than $10 billion. This to settle lawsuits over the toll of opioids. States announced final details Monday, the settlements with the 2 largest pharmacy chains in the U.S. The deals are among the largest of finalized settlements over opioids in recent years. And that's your Cheddar News Update. I'm Baker Machado coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
A new pediatric study reveals too much screen time could be affecting children's emotional development. According to a study published Monday in JAMA Pediatrics, boys and girls who are frequently on digital devices could have emotional issues in the future. Researchers say distracting kids with iPads could prevent them from properly dealing with their feelings, and it can also make some kids feel that having an outburst can get them what they want. Those involved in the study say children should limit their screen time and if they are a frequent user.
The U.S. Postal Service unveiling a brand new stamp, and it celebrates the Lunar New Year. It's called the Year of the Rabbit Forever stamp. As you can see, the design looks like the elaborately decorated masks that are used in the dragon or lion dances that are often performed in Lunar New Year parades. The Year of the Rabbit stamp being issued in panes of 20. It'll be equal to value to the current first-class mail 1-ounce price. The stamp will be unveiled in San Francisco in person in early January.
If you have plants in or around your house, you might want to pay attention to this story. The World Health Organization reporting 237,000 deaths this year in children under 5 from household air pollution.
And there are some common household plants that can cause the harm, like poinsettias, which are plentiful at this time of the year. But Nancy Alvarez shows us which ones actually can cause serious illness or death.
From the big to the small to the light and the colorful, just about everyone has plants inside their home.
I love plants of all kinds. I have a little greenhouse.
I like the tropical ones, probably the most.
But there could be danger lurking behind the beauty.
Feed me, Carbon! Feed me now!
Okay, maybe not dangerous like this, but some plants carry a chemical called calcium oxalate that is virtually impossible for children and animals to break down, causing kidney stones. One such problem plant, the daffodil, the center contains ligerin, When ingested, this will cause nausea, vomiting, and extreme irritation of the mouth. The peace lily may be tropical, but it also contains calcium oxalate crystals that kills cats when fully ingested. And although aloe vera is thought to calm burns, it also contains saponin, causing vomiting and low blood sugar in children and animals. Another plant to watch out for, a bird of paradise. These orange and blue beauties contain hydrogen cyanide that has also been known to be poisonous to cats. Lastly is the leafy green pothos plant. This popular window friend contains insoluble calcium oxalates that can kill animals on contact. I'm Nancy Alvarez reporting.
The popular K-pop group BTS has one of their members rocking a brand new buzz haircut. BTS member Jin begins his mandatory military service in his home country of South Korea today. That's why he had to cut his hair. He arrived at an Army training center, and hundreds of fans, security, and media were there at the base to welcome this international superstar. The 30-year-old is going to spend 18 months in uniform. According to BTS's record label, the group is expected to get back together in 2025. They'll still be popular.
Can you name a BTS song? You can? I'm not looking at Ursula because
and
I don't
have
know.
A hard time
definitely
with
I
it.
can.
She's got teenagers though.
Oh my
Ursula.
goodness.
I can't.
Oh my goodness.
Harry Styles, yes. BTS, no.
Okay, never mind. I'm not even going to try to guess. 75 degrees outside with south winds at about 10 miles per hour. It is still pretty humid out there. We're waiting for that front to move through. The aquifer is up 0.2 of a foot over the past 24 hours. And when we look at the pollen count, molds are also up. Molds are moderate at 980. Now, with the humidity going down, we may see that mold number go down, but Mountain Cedar is low today, but with winds picking up from the front, that could go up. No matter what happens, you can count on us to give you your pollen count every single day, and I'll have a look at that forecast and a preview of Christmas week coming up. Well, welcome back. You know, we're waiting on a cold front to arrive, and this cold front is not necessarily going to make it cold outside in a big way, but it is going to help to get rid of this humidity that's out there, and that's been with us for a few days. On the radar right now, we do have some showers across our eastern counties, Lavaca County, near Hallettsville, near LaGrange as well, but it's fairly quiet around San Antonio, and we anticipate it to stay quiet here even as the front approaches from the west. Here's where that front is right now, moving through the hill country, and it's already moved through Del Rio as well. Temperatures behind this front only about 10 degrees cooler. You can see Rock Springs at 64 degrees, but we're starting to see plenty of sunshine here in San Antonio, and it's 75, 76 in New Braunfels, 79 in Pleasanton, 80 in Cotulla, already nearly 80 in Beeville this afternoon. And as we look at the weather setup, here's where that front is right now, pushing through the hill country and parts of North Texas. A lot of snowfall. This is a very dynamic system in that it has snowfall around the center of the low, and then we've already seen several tornado reports out near the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and it's in these parts of East Texas into Louisiana that we could see numerous severe storms throughout this afternoon and into the evening as well. Notice though, here in San Antonio, there's no chance for any severe weather, and honestly, having any rain is going to be hard to come by as that front moves through just within the next couple of hours. Temperatures behind this front, as I mentioned, not too cold. We're in the upper 40s in the panhandle of Texas, upper 40s in El Paso. Where we're really going to feel the impacts as far as temperatures go is in the mornings, in the coming mornings. But the biggest thing to know is that today we'll get up to about close to 80 degrees in the next couple of hours, but with that front moving through, we'll see our winds switch to the northwest at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it's going to become pretty windy this afternoon. We could see gusts of up to 25, 30 miles per hour, and temperatures are actually going to come down a little bit behind that front. We'll be in the low 70s this afternoon after that front moves through, and in the 60s this evening. Cloud cover will increase a little bit as those winds die down later on tonight, but tomorrow looks to be a pretty sunny day, and here's the reason why. Dew points are going to be falling very rapidly. Right now, upper 60s are our dew points, but even this afternoon, dew points will be in the 50s, and by tomorrow morning, dew points will be in the 30s. That's very dry weather for us. Taking you through the futurecast right now. Again, overnight tonight, we could see some clouds redevelop and perhaps some sprinkles in the pre-dawn hours of early Wednesday. No significant rainfall for us, just a couple of sprinkles possible even before you head out for your morning commute, because by the early morning hours, we'll already start to see skies clear. It's going to be nice and sunny tomorrow with a high temperature of 67. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, our Christmas week forecast. The Climate Prediction Center is anticipating a colder than average Christmas week for most of the nation from about December 20th through to December 26th. This includes San Antonio. We will likely be below average. What's average for this time of year? A high temperature of 63 and a low of 41. So we're probably going to be colder than average, even potentially much colder than average. But as far as a white Christmas goes, that will take a Christmas miracle to happen, because a lot of things have to work in our favor to be seeing any kind of snowfall. Of course, we'll keep you updated. Biggest thing to know over the next couple days is cold mornings in the upper 30s, afternoons in the 60s, and even over the weekend it'll be a little chillier with temperatures in the 50s and a small chance for light rain.
Thank you, Sarah. We'll be right back. And when we do, we're going to take a look at the next episode of Harry and Meghan in the new docu-series on Netflix.
I wasn't being thrown to the wolves, I was being fed to the wolves.
The royal family is bracing for the next installment of Harry and Meghan, with the couple making new claims of unfair treatment.
They were happy to lie to protect my brother. They were never willing to tell the truth to protect us.
In a preview for the last 3 episodes of the Netflix documentary, which is co-produced by their company,
to see this institutional gaslighting.
The Sussexes are taking aim, and they look set to present Harry's side of the story on the fallout with his father, King Charles, and brother, Prince William.
I wonder what would have happened to us had we not got out when we did.
The couple have made these claims before about William being protected. The big question is, are they going to be clearer about what exactly it is they're trying to say? If they are clear and there is information to back this up, this could be very damaging.
The first 3 episodes of the docuseries were released last week, and they gave a glimpse at the early days of the couple's relationship and the beginning of their fraught relationship with the media.
They are destroying us.
My job is to keep my family safe.
But they also included sweet moments with their children, Archie and Lilibet.
That's your grandma Diana.
This final installment may make for another explosive chapter in this royal saga.
We are on the freedom flight.
It gave us a chance to create that home that we had always wanted.
I've always felt as though this was a fight worth fighting for.
But for now, Buckingham Palace is staying silent.
The palace didn't comment on the first 3 episodes. They were very quick to say they weren't going to comment. Will that now have to change, depending what's in these next 3 episodes?
Now, there's a lot of speculation about how this has been received among members of the royal family. A suggestion in one newspaper that William has said he will never watch this show. I think the thing that's really piqued everyone's interest is Harry saying that they lied for his brother. Who are they, and what were they lying about? I guess we'll find out. James Longman, ABC News in London.
We do have a royal couple standing by in Market Square right now.
I don't think they have the same drama that.
There they go. Look at how regal.
We're a lot more fun. Wait, do you not? Can you? We're not going to curtsy right now.
No.
Anyway, but we've got money.
Yes.
I don't know if that makes up for it or not. So yeah, $500 to give away.
Mm-hmm. And if you are throwing a dinner party this Christmas season, we are going to tell you all about Gnome's Catering. Look at these beef Wellingtons.
Individual beef Wellingtons, and there are some shrimp skewers with a little bit of butternut squash. Wait till you see what we are going to be dining on. That looks delicious.
Now, how about some dessert?
Yep, Michael Rhymes, beignet stand, our good friend here, has perfect flavors for Christmas and the holidays. What do you got there?
Today we'll be serving up eggnog, our variation of a hot cocoa beignet, and we also have a maple cinnamon apple butter beignet.
He has more than 300 different flavors of beignets and some savory ones as well. What goes best with that to wash it down?
How about some coffee? Java Jen takes us to a new spot for your pick-me-up.
Yes, indeed. All right, there is an organization in town, Roy Moss Youth Alternatives, and really helps out kids that are no longer with their families. And Julie Healy is here. Christmas coming up for those kids, right?
It is. Christmas is coming up, Mike, and we have hundreds and hundreds of gifts thanks to our amazing community.
But they got to be wrapped.
They need to be wrapped big time.
So we're going to tell you about how you can help wrap some gifts and get some tips from the experts as well.
All that and more when SA Live continues in just a few minutes.
Well, that front, we're still waiting on it. It's up in the hill country, but it's going to sweep away the humidity for us. A few sprinkles tonight are possible, but really the big story is tomorrow's sunshine, windy outside, temperatures in the 60s for highs for the remainder of the work week. Mornings will dip down into the 30s Thursday and Friday morning, and over the weekend it could be cloudier, a little cooler with highs only in the 50s, and there is a small chance for a few light rain showers over the weekend as well. We're going to continue to keep you updated, but tomorrow morning on GMSA, forecast calls for fun. We're going to be doing bread fossils with Science with Sarah, aren't we, David? It's going to be awesome.
Wow. Some gummy bears.
Gummy bears.
Or gummy bears, however you
They say gummy in Germany where they come from, right? That's why you say it's so weird. They're gummy bears.
It'll be fun.
I don't know, we're going to eat some tomorrow.
Sugar shock.
Sugar shot, for sure. Speaking of eating, you know, we always talk about meals like Christmas Day, Christmas evening, you gotta have the turkey or the ham or whatever. I found breakfast.
Yeah,
beignets on Christmas morning. Did you see all those things sitting on that plate?
Wonderful idea. We do that at my house sometimes.
It's good stuff. SA Live starts right
now.
And today on SA Live, if you love coffee shop culture, then you will be excited to hear that Java Jen is visiting a new coffee spot with freshly baked goods.
And we put your Christmas movie knowledge to the test. Can you guess the Christmas movie before time runs out?
Plus, we get some professional gift wrapping tips and hear about a very good cause helping kids in our community.
Celebrate San Antonio. Coming to you live from historic Market Square. This is SA Live.
And there is our beautiful Christmas tree all decorated. And oh, look what Santa left under the tree. Imagine leaving, instead of cookies and milk for Santa, beignets for
That's
Santa.
next level.
I know.
That's next level stuff.
Santa will leave you something extra in your stocking with those. So.
Hello and happy Tuesday. I'm Fiona Gorostiza.
And I'm Mike Osterhage. And can't wait to taste.
Yes, our first guest today has created over 365 flavors of beignets, and today he is sharing their seasonal holiday flavors.
Michael Grimes, executive chef and co-founder of the Beignet Stand, is here. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be on SA Live.
Thank you for bringing our delicacy with us. So, once again, in case you missed it, the great Christmas holiday flavors
Absolutely. We always like to bring new ideas to our menus, especially seasonally, and we have a variety that we brought for you. So we're going to be assembling 3 beignets today, and I'm really grateful for your help because I assemble a lot of these throughout the week, so it's awesome when I don't have to do any of the work. So thank you for that.
We're going to try and make sure they look like that. Okay, here we go.
We'll do our best. Let's have fun with this. So we're going to start off, we have our hot cocoa beignet, which is one we brought back every year. It's one of our seasonal beignets. It has a chocolate ganache, a marshmallow cream, and then we make our own peppermint powdered sugar.
Okay.
And so Mike is powdering it up with that peppermint powdered sugar right now. And we're going to fill it with a chocolate ganache, and then we're going to top it with that marshmallow drizzle.
And then this one, which I'm going
That
to
is going to be our spiced eggnog beignet. So the beauty of eggnog is it is essentially like a uncooked custard. So what we do is we just add a little heat to it, thicken it up, and then we infuse hazelnut into it, and then we're going to top it with a little bit of a ginger snap crumble. And Fiona, you're going to be in charge of the one with multiple steps.
About these things makes you just break out in a sweat.
Absolutely,
I love it,
it's fun. Beignets should be fun. And what we're doing here is our churro beignet. So since it is San Antonio, the flavor profile of churro is one of our more popular beignets. So we have to do a holiday churro beignet. So that one's filled with a creamy apple butter that has hints of maple and cinnamon. We're also going to be zesting a little fresh orange and then topping it with a white chocolate glaze. Y'all are doing perfect. Look, it's like you've done this before.
How do you get your ideas? More than 3, I mean, about a year's worth of beignet flavors. How do you get all your different ideas for these?
You know what? It's from conversations with folks like y'all. We really want everyone to feel like they have a place in our business. We are a family business and we want to extend our family. And so by allowing our guests to have a direct input on what is being served at the restaurant, it honestly energizes our clientele. And so with Fiona, when you're zesting, you don't want to get too much into the pith because it imparts a little bit of bitterness. So just scrape it lightly across that beautiful orange peel right there.
Oh, wow.
You're doing a great job. And if you tap it actually with the orange, you're going to get some of the zest off that kind of sticks to the bottom of the microplane. You're doing a great job.
I love the smell of orange zest.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
It's energizing, it's invigorating, and it adds a little bit of a lighter flavor profile to what could be considered a heavy pastry.
You not only have sweet beignets, but you have savory ones.
That's
as well,
correct,
right?
yeah, sweet and savory. I intended to use this dough as if it were a pizza crust. And so there's an infinite amount of options you can do for toppings. Same with beignets. And we've been doing that now for over 6 years with this concept. And like I said, I haven't run out of ideas because I haven't ran out of people to talk to. So if you have an idea, send us a message on Instagram. We would love to see what you want to see on our menu. And if it's something that we like and we're going to use, we'll message you back and you can come get a free order from us for that inspiration.
And speaking of other flavors, you like to feature other small businesses.
That's correct.
Right? How does that partnership work?
Oh man, collaboration has been a cornerstone to our business. So many of our friends in San Antonio have small businesses and we love to collaborate with their skill sets. And it also allows every business to basically expand who knows about them. Every business has their own clientele, right? And with the saying goes, with high tides, all ships rise. And so we want to do our best by constantly working with other vendors in order to enrich all of the community in our small business in San Antonio.
And you're also big on helping out, pardon me, I have beignet all over my mouth here, other businesses as far as getting started too,
Absolutely.
with some advice.
Yeah, you know, when we started off too, a lot of times we felt like we were just like traveling down a path without a flashlight in the dark. And we did a variety of programs like Launch SA, which I constantly promote, which helps small businesses have the tools they need to be better equipped with the knowledge and skills that they need to run their business. And so we like to go back and mentor. We actually teach a class called Pivoting for Success because our first go around we made an attempt at a sauce and spice line and barbecue. It wasn't panning out and we discovered that early enough that we were able to pivot and save our family business. And 6 years later with this concept we're still going. We have a spot for 14 games at the AT&T Center. We have a spot at the Pearl Market which we've been at for 6 years, and we have a restaurant on Broadway now. So any way that we can encourage other people to follow their dreams, that's all I've done. I'm a dream chaser and I know nothing else. So I encourage everybody, don't leave things a conversation, make it happen. We only have one life to live, so just go for it.
And you're at the AT&T Center during Spurs games?
That's correct, yeah. We're very blessed to be able to participate in the community kitchen program. They allow us to serve our beignets to the wonderful San Antonio community and the Spurs family for 14 games this season. We were there last night.
Catering as well, and for weddings, instead of having like the bride's cake and the groom's cake, he combines them into beignets.
With beignets, we love meeting the couples, and as they join their life together, we love to create a custom flavor for them to remember their Dave.
Right inside Loop 410 on Broadway, right next to Wild Barley. Excuse me for talking my mouthful. Do yourself a favor and go there.
Yes.
They're going to have expanded hours too.
And I wanted to say real fast, it is my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Greg. I know you're in Missouri and you can't see this, but I love you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Greg. For more information on the beignet stand, all you have to do is head to our website, salive.com, and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab, or just scan that QR code that you see there on your screen.
The eggnog in this is delicious, which raises the question, eggnog, like it or not for Christmas?
Yes, I love it.
I do too.
I
Love it.
love
Little
eggnog.
nutmeg sprinkle on top.
So you got to let us know at SA Live KSAT, where you fall. Do you love it or do you hate it? And we'll see how that shakes down a little later in the show.
Okay, well, I'm talking my mouthful to wash it down. Nice cup of coffee too.
Yes, our Jen Tobias Trusty, also known as Java Jen, has that cup of coffee at a new place in town. We're going to find out where she went.
Today on SA Live, we take you to Coffee and Culture Bakery. Now, it's not just about the sweets, but take a look at these festive holiday treats. We're going to give you a sample of the menu, also the breakfast, and I have to try the coffee as well.
So here a little special, we do have, we partner with Sweet Baker. So basically Chef Encarnacion and Stephanie, they help us create all of our pastries. So we do have pastries from scratch on a daily basis. They're Puerto Rican origin style, but then we also do a little bit of French as well. We do offer breakfast now. What makes us different is we partner with the Greater Goods of Austin. So that's a micro coffee roaster of the year. And basically it's a coffee with a purpose. So every time somebody comes to our shop, every time we buy wholesale, we are all contributing to Autism, Pets in Distress, and Texas Food Bank.
Now time to head into the kitchen where Chef Stephanie shows us the magic of croissant making.
We have a specific size for every croissant so that they're nice and big and fluffy. And so you'll cut them into nice triangles. And so you'll grab it, you'll give it a little tug just to make it a little longer, that way you can wrap it more. And then at the end, you'll grab the little tail and you'll wrap it, and then that'll be the bottom. And then you can put them on the tray.
Now, once they're done, look how huge these are. They're beautiful. And tell me what you have there.
So here we like to take it up a notch a little bit, and so we have our guava and cheese, the one that's my favorite, and then we also have our Nutella and whipped cream.
Definitely something you can share.
Yes,
right?
for sure.
Well, beautiful. Good job.
Thank you, thank you.
Now let's see what other pastries are on the holiday menu.
So I'm going to sip my coffee, and
Yes.
you tell me what we have here.
Yes, so starting, we have our quesito, which is a Puerto Rican pastry. It's made with a puff pastry dough, and then we do a sweet cream cheese filling. We do a nice glaze and sugar on top. Right next to that, we have our new item. It's called a bombolini. It's an Italian brioche, and it's also filled with pastry cream. We have our gingerbread cube. It's filled with a gingerbread cream filling, and then we actually make the gingerbread cookies in-house, and then we do that little crumble on top with that. And then our other new item is our Nutella Christmas tree.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Yes, so that's made with puff pastry as well. We do a Nutella filling, vanilla glaze on top, and then we did a little star with some edible gold dust. We have also our vanilla sugar cookies that are very festive and red and covered in sprinkles.
Those are cookies.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yes, and then one of my favorites is our cranberry orange croissant. So it's filled with an orange cream, a homemade cranberry filling. We do a chocolate ganache on top, and then we sugared some cranberries to sprinkle on top.
And a circle.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, so it's so awesome when you cut it open and you see both of the colors of the filling on there. It's delicious. One of our seasonal. Yeah, so we have our chocolate mousse tart, and then we have a pineapple tart as well. You can take a bite.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Breakfast is also available, so be prepared to choose from a huge variety and pair it with some of their seasonal lattes.
Okay, I've had an amazing time here at Coffee and Culture Bakery. You saw sweets, you saw breakfast items, and of course they have these amazing coffee drinks as well. This is the peppermint mocha and the campfire. Look at the s'more, it's so cute. For more information, you can head over to SALive.com, click the As Seen on SA Live tab, or scan the QR code on your screen. Also, don't forget their hours are open 7 days a week from 8 to 5 p.m. All right, time to taste. Cheers.
I want to know if she got through that whole Christmas tree. Boy, that thing was every time they show a pastry, and then another one got better, and another one, and then that Christmas tree. I'm like, oh my gosh! All right, when SA Live continues, as we lick our lips and drool over all the lovely pastries there. Hey, little extra cash this holiday season. How to win $500 and a chance at the grand prize of $10,000.
We all have our favorite Christmas movies, but can you guess a Christmas movie from just one frame? We put your knowledge to the test. That's next on SA Live.